I'm gonna try something a little different this time. Let's see how it works. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today I come to you with another banger. You already know who it is. It's your boy Omar, aka Omeezy, aka Brother Omar, BKA the Timeline Terrorist, aka I don't have that many more names to honestly name out, but you know who it is. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit that share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Search me up, man. OHMEEZZY. I'm sick and tired of ZZY. Like, doing one E and two Z's, it's not that hard. But nevertheless, I digress. I didn't think I was gonna do a video about it, but I had to because you guys know that I love sneakers. But before we get into that, make sure y'all hit the description box. Everybody's gonna be down there. Comment what you think is gonna happen to the sneaker game with this news being dropped. Make sure you subscribe, like, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that jazz, man. Let me hop into the video, man. I gotta get this off my chest. And it's a big chest, might I add. I just came from the gymnasium, you feel me? So, as most of you all are aware, there was a Nike executive, VP, whoever she was, she resigned, Ann Herbert, earlier this week. And it seemed a little mysterious. It's big business stuff. You know, people brushed it off or whatever. But if you dove deeper into who she was, this is where the story gets tricky. So Ann Herbert was the VP over the North America, but all that other stuff, but most importantly, she was over the Snkrs app. And everybody has a problem with the Snkrs app. We all hate the Snkrs app. Everybody hates waking up early on those Saturday mornings, pulling out their phone and just sitting there waiting for it to hit 10 o'clock just for them to lose at another drawing. I mean, it happens every single time, and it almost seems like the odds are stacked against you or somebody's plotting against you. It seems like that. But we recently found out that it is like that. It honestly is like that. So they did some digging, and not really digging because he's so stupid. West Coast Streetwear Customs, let me make sure I got his name right. West Coast Streetwear. It's an Instagram page of a guy who's a reseller, you know, and it's clear that he has bots and everything like that. He has tons, and I mean tons of photos where he has just mountains upon mountains of shoes. There's photos of him just laying on the shoes or has it stacked high. I mean, it's stacked past him. He has warehouses and everything. He's a reseller, and we know how we all feel about resellers. He has different cook groups. He's doing bots. He's also transitioned over to the brick game. If you don't know what a brick is a shoe that doesn't move very well. But so he's moved into those spaces, but I mean, he's on a big scale. He did an interview with, I believe it was Bloomberg magazine, where he talks about how he does his six-figure a month career in the resale industry. And that's between the bots, that's between these monthly memberships for this cook group and from reselling shoes, most importantly, bricks. But the thing about him is he has a very important connection to this Ann Herbert person. West Coast Street, I'm gonna butcher his name because this guy's scum. West Coast Streetwear Customs is Ann Herbert's son. This person, West Coast Streetwear Customs, West, whatever, I'm gonna call him West. He's so dumb. He's the one who was calling the Bloomberg guy, the writer at Bloomberg, in order to get the interviews set up with him. When he would set up the interviews with the guy, it was through phone. And so what happened was one day, caller ID, West calls up the Bloomberg guy. The caller ID goes through. The Bloomberg guy sees that it says Ann Herbert on the caller ID, does a quick Google of who Ann Herbert is, finds out this is the VP of Nike. Once they find out that this is the VP of Nike, they start connecting the dots. I mean, this guy was apparently using insider info, as he said in his article, insider info as to how he was getting these shoes and how he was getting these releases and information, even on discontinued shoes through the Nike factory, because he's based out of Portland, Oregon. This guy was truly manipulating every available outlet that he had in order to boost his resale business. And listen, part of me feels like I don't blame him. You know, if you have access to different resources, you should use them. Cool. If my dad owns a limousine service, then come prom time, I shouldn't go out there and pay for a limousine. No. I have a limousine service that my dad runs. I should be able to get a limousine there. I understand that. This one is a little bit tricky though, because at this point you're manipulating the system, you're taking advantage of other people, perpetuating capitalism, and then ultimately you're going around being a dick about it. It'd be different if he was low key, and that's the thing about this culture. not this culture, really just the society. People can't be low key. If he was low key, this wouldn't have blown up. If he didn't seek the interview from Bloomberg, if he didn't have all these pictures of different things, none of this would have blown up the way it did. Because he's an idiot. He's a dick. He's a jerk. He's every other name up under the sun. The grimiest thing about it was he was using his mom's company credit card to make some of these purchases, apparently. Like, this guy is the lowest of the low. And what makes it even worse is, because I see people have this, oh, well, we should feel sorry for Ann. She climbed up. Ann Herbert was the one that pushed Nike to do these sneaker releases on the Snkrs app, okay? So really, she created this system for her son to manipulate. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they were working in tandem. I mean, not even would be surprised. I know they're working in tandem. She's not a victim by any means at all. So I guess your next question is, well, what does this mean for the state of the sneaker game? Listen, dark times are upon us. I've been trying to gauge on the timeline for the past couple of days, and that's what's taking me so long to get this video out. What is the sentiment of people who actively use the Snkrs app and who use bots and who do other things like this? Because even if you're a bots person, there's no way you would have access to the stuff that this guy had access to. There's no way you could even manipulate the system that this guy has access to. If you were on his Instagram page and different things like that, like if you saw some of his posts, if you were in his Reddits and stuff like that, you could see he didn't only have access to the Nike stuff, he didn't only have access to the Jordan stuff, he also had access to the Adidas stuff. So he was across the board with the 3 major brands, manipulating the system. I mean, making it work in his favor and really just gaming it. And so whether you're a guy who just, you know, gets shoes occasionally, like some of us out here, whether you're somebody who tries to get every release, whether you're somebody who does bots and you know, is really trying to get into the resale game, this is something that should make you frustrated. Because what happened is Nike came out and indirectly told you that, yes, we are fueling the fire for the resale game. And to be quite honest with you, it's more in our favor than even your everyday bot person favor. So as an average consumer, you should definitely be frustrated. But even as a person who's just your average bot user, you should be frustrated. And I mean, average bot user is somebody who, I don't even want to just do 3 to 4 pairs, because in my opinion, you're almost down here with us average consumers. I mean the guys that try to get 15 to 20 pairs of one shoe release. Like that, stuff like that, that should really worry you. These guys are getting what seems to be hundreds of pairs on release day of a certain sneaker that you don't have access to, and you honestly never will and could never dream of. I mean, the markup that they're putting on these shoes is phenomenal, especially for the stuff that they're getting on top of their employee discount. And honestly, it makes me look at the YouTube resellers that are out there, not the Soul Resell. Honestly, I did not like Soul Resell's videos per se, because I didn't like the word finesse. I understand why he used it, but I just didn't necessarily like it. But now I applaud Soul Resell because he takes people out on his journey and kind of gives you an insight as to how he gets some of this stuff. I can't remember the guy's name. He's a, I believe, I could be wrong, an Indian guy who does sneaker reselling, and all he shows you is his living room full of sneakers. Now I'm questioning even him as to how he got his sneakers. What connects do you have? What relationships did you build? Whose employee discount are you using, and who are you manipulating to manipulate us in turn? This makes me look at just about everybody differently. I feel as if this is the time, because this woman literally built this online system. And granted, I grew up in the era where people were dying in line for sneakers. But to be quite honest with you, right now, the sneaker game is messed up. It is done, it is dead, it is over with because of how big this is right here. We should boycott sneaker resellers and the Snkrs app until they change their system. There has to be a different system, because this is the system that somebody who was manipulating it built. And this is the system that they claim to stand on, and they feel like it's just so picture perfect. We're seeing with NBA Top Shot that they've been able to kind of mitigate some of the bots and stuff like that. However, Snkrs has refused to do it. Not that they can't do it, they refuse to do it. I just don't understand how people can go forward and not be as mad as I am. And I'm not even a huge sneaker guy anymore, but this right here really boils my blood. I want to end this with a call to action for everybody out there. Go ahead, stop buying sneakers, stop buying new releases, stop buying resale until Nike comes out, because I do not want this to be swept under the rug, which it looks like it's doing. Everybody's chalking it up to, oh, well, you know, the game is the game. But I do not subscribe to that at all. This is a travesty, and if it continues to go on, we are just letting Nike do what they want to do. Let me know what you guys think, man. Hit the comment box down below. Tell me what you guys are thinking about this whole ordeal. If it's something that can be fixed, you know, quick, fast, and in a hurry, then that's one thing. But if it's something that's going to take longer, if it's just something that I don't even need to be worried about. But I guarantee you, if you guys think that West Coast streetwear was the only one doing this, then you are sadly mistaken. There are others doing this day in and day out, and they are honestly ripping off the average consumer with these $700 prices, man. Just let me know what you guys think. Tag your favorite sneaker YouTuber. Go watch everybody's. I want to see the sentiment around the community. But yeah, man, I'm disgusted, man. I have nothing else to say. This is your boy O, and I'm checking out. Bye.